Good morning, Southwest Florida, and welcome to Saving the Investor. I'm Alfie Townsend, and if you're one of the millions that are concerned about higher taxes, inflation, and the national debt, you're in the right place.
Coming up on today's show, strategic charitable giving, understanding long-term care insurance, fighting inflation today, and much more.
Welcome to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner, investment advisor, and insurance professional Alfie Townsend, president of Advantage Retirement Group. Alfie is a published author, radio show host, speaker, and industry leader.
Why do you use an annuity? A lot of people use it for the wrong thing.
He works with retirees and pre-retirees to build and protect their nest egg and offers his experience to help those concerned about financial independence in retirement. If you've got questions about retirement, Saving the Investor starts now.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our show, Saving the Investor. I'm Craig Wolf. I'm with Alfie Townsend, certified financial planner and professional, as always, on this Sunday morning here on NBC2. Alfie, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to be with you. Let me talk for a minute about some of your clients that I've learned a little bit about over the 4 or 5 years we've been working together. There's a lot of high net worth clients. They're like-minded in a lot of ways. They like to give to charity, and tax planning is important to them. What strategies do you impart upon them to sort of maximize their tax situation and allow them to give to charities at the same time?
So I'll give you a simple one that we do. A lot of people don't know about it. So think about this. You have IRAs, and with the new tax law, they really increase the standard deduction to the point where a lot of people don't itemize anymore. So if you don't itemize, you're not really able to, and you're giving to the churches or Hope Hospice, whatever they're giving to, they get that deduction, okay, meaning they don't have to pay for the money they're giving, or they get a deduction, okay, if they're giving it out of IRAs and things like that. Well, now you can't really take that deduction if you're doing the standard deduction. So what we want to do is, if you're taking required minimum distributions, this is for people that are 72 and older. If they have required minimum distributions, what we do is we take that money out of there and we will send it directly, if they want 100% of that money to go to the charity, or if they just want part of it. Let's say they have to take out $40,000 for their required minimum distribution. So if they want all of it to go to that charity, to the church, we send it all to them and they don't touch it. So that means that they don't get 1099 on that money, and they were able to get that deduction or get that money over to their charity, and they were able to satisfy their required minimum distribution. So that's just one of the ways. Some of the other things would do is we're going to start taking money out of the account earlier, especially if you're not needing your required minimum distribution to live on, and you're not 72 yet. We're going to start taking that money out, either doing Roth conversions, or what we can do is, believe it or not, life insurance is an asset class, and there's some great things you can do with that can get you some tax-free money, or pass it on to heirs tax-free. So there's some great things that's out there.
And there are a ton of reasons why somebody should work with a certified financial planner professional, especially someone that has 4 decades of experience. And one of the reasons is things change, laws change, and did not laws change and regulations change on the required minimum distribution?
Yes, it did. It changed not too long ago, where it used to be 70.5, and IRAs are something that it used to be where you're 70.5, you have to start taking the required minimum distribution. They moved that up to 72. Now you're thinking, well, that's nice of the government doing that. Well, they took something away. They took what we call the stretch IRA away. So a lot of our clients wanted to leave their grandkids or their children as beneficiary, and it was based on their age. When if mom and dad died and the kids receive it, or grandchildren receive it, if the grandchild was 25 years old, they literally had almost 60 years, 70 years to take that money out. They had to take money out each and every year, but it was stretched based on their age, the child's age. But now it's over. They're saying, okay, you have to I don't care if you receive your brother, your grandkid, regardless of their age, you have to have it out 10 years, by 10 years. So you don't have to start taking distributions right away, but they want you to have it all out over 10 years.
The stuff gets complicated.
It gets, and then if it's a trust in there, I can tell you why you don't want a trust in an IRA as a beneficiary, but that's another topic there.
Well, we'll cover that this year on Saving the Investor.
Yeah.
Stick around, much more to come on the program this morning.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
Tax hikes could have a dramatic impact on you and your family. Certified financial planner professional Alfie Townshend has a tool to help. It's called TaxMap. It's designed to ease the impact of what likely will be the biggest tax hike in nearly 30 years. Alfie's TaxMap can help you lower your tax bracket, protect your money when taxes rise, and create tax-free income. High net worth investors employ Alfie's TaxMap strategies to protect their savings and preserve their legacy. And if you're one of the first 9 callers right now, you can too. Call 239-747-1080. That's 239-747-1080. This complimentary tax map is only available to the first 9 callers right now. So don't wait. Again, that's 239-747-1080. The time to reduce future taxes and create tax-free income is right now. Call and ask for Alfie's tax map. Call 239-747-1080.
I'll never forget when I got my second boat. And this was a boat that I was not comfortable with. It was larger than my first boat. So what I did is I hired a captain. And when I hired that captain, I thought he was going to do all the driving because we had to take it from Florida up to Baltimore at that time. So I figured, you hire a captain, they're going to do all the driving. Well, not so. When I hired Captain Roy, he told me, I got the lines, here you go. So here I'm on this new boat and I really knew nothing about it, but he threw me right in on it. But I knew I had the captain next to me. So he's down there getting the lines and everything was good. But there was a couple days into this trip that the weather started getting bad. So he says, let's go ahead and cut in. So what we did is we went in and we were in Norfolk, Virginia. Okay. And that's where all the Navy ships were. And they told us where to dock. And I'm going to that J dock over there. And as I'm docking, he's downstairs with the lines, but I'm having a hard time because I have the wind and I have the current and I'm having a hard time getting the boat into the slip. And I was sort of panicking a little bit. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this guy, Captain Roy, little guy, 5'7", comes up and he bear hugs me from behind. And he said, Alfie, relax. That's all he said. And he went back down and I docked it right away. And I took my son always tells me, breathe, and that calms you down. And that's exactly what happened. I calmed down. But if I didn't have Captain Roy there, no telling what would have happened. It's the same thing I always say, your advisor needs to be your calming voice for you, because we will have turbulence time in the market, in your retirement. And it's a time where I think we shine the most here at the Advanced Retirement Group, because what we're going to do is we know we put that plan together for you. We know it's designed to fight volatility. We know our plan is designed to do special things for you with income, with fighting volatility, with taxes. So if you know what's going on inside your plan, you're not going to panic and you're going to have a successful retirement. You're going to, we're going to have ups and downs, but having a plan, the people that have plans, I always say, are the ones that will enjoy retirement more than the ones that are just winging it. So if you don't have a plan, we'd love to put one together for you. Give us a call.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters. Ready to live your retirement dreams? Then it's time to meet Alfie, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review now. Give Alfie a call, 239-747-1080.
If you're concerned about creating your dream retirement, I've got just the book for you. Unlike most books on investing, it doesn't require a big investment of your time. It's not filled with financial jargon and difficult to understand explanations. It's an easy read, filled with valuable insights. So valuable, in fact, that anyone who is soon to be or already is retired should have a copy on their shelf. And today it can be yours at absolutely no cost. It's called Making Waves in Retirement, written by Alfie Townshend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional, radio show host, and TV personality. Making Waves in Retirement breaks down the insights that Alfie has gained in his 4 decades helping people just like you plan for retirement. Real stories about real people, illustrating what they've done wrong and what they've done right. Strategies to help retirees and those soon to be retired make the right decisions and avoid costly mistakes. So if you've saved for retirement, this is the book for you. Get your complimentary copy today simply by being one of the first 5 callers. The number to dial is 239-747-1080. That's 239-747-1080. No strings attached. So if you're interested in living your dream retirement, you've got nothing to lose and quite possibly much to gain.
You've got questions, and Alfie has the answers that will keep you on the retirement fairway. I recently moved to Florida because I'm working remotely now, and I retire in 3 years. What adjustments should I be making now to my portfolio?
That's a real good question. You're about to retire in 3 years. I look at it this way. I want to look at your whole, I can't just answer that question without knowing a little bit more information, but most likely what I would tell you is be a little bit more conservative. If you only have 3 years left before you retire, I want to make sure you have an income plan in place. I want to make sure your expenses are under control. I want to make sure if you have a pension, if you don't have a pension, we might want to create a pension for you. These are all things, if you're about to retire or soon to be retired or are retired, these are things we want to really look at your whole picture to make that final judgment call on you.
I'm 63 and my company just did a massive layoff. Should I retire now or should I look for a new career?
So you're 63 years old. There's a lot more I'd have to ask you, but basically is this, you're 63. If you're going to retire anyway, you probably have a 401k. Maybe there's a severance pay in there. So what we would want to do is set up an appointment. I'd review everything that you have, make sure your expenses are under control, and make sure you have a pension, make sure this money is going to last as long as you do. People are living longer and longer. And see if we can put that income plan and financial plan together for you to see if you're able to retire or if you need to stay in the workforce a little bit longer.
What can I do to protect the assets I'm going to pass along to my loved ones when I'm gone and make it an easier process for them in general?
So legacy planning is so important for some people, and some people it's not important for. It sounds like it is an importance to you. So one of the main things you want to do is, if you're going to pass money on, you want to make sure they're named as your beneficiary. You might need a trust. A trust will bypass probate. It depends on their ages. It depends on if you want them to get it in a lump sum. What I always say about a trust when you're passing monies on is that you control that money even though you're no longer here. It's still in control, and that's what a lot of people need because kids right now, if they get it too young, they're going to go through it. A lot of times they're going to go through it, and then all this money you work for and you wanted them to have for their retirement down the road, it's gone. So there's some planning that can be done, but a trust would be a good thing. We have IRAs would be, it's not the best thing to pass on, but because they have to take that money out by 5 years. But there are different plans that we can put together to give them that legacy that you're looking for them to have.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
Retirement is really all about income. Straight into your bank account, monthly income. Regular, predictable, each month, every month. Well, Alfie has a checklist that can teach you a whole lot about it. You can't buy this checklist, it's free. All you need to do is call 239-747-1080 and request your checklist. Learn more about generating predictable monthly retirement income today. Call 239-747-1080.
You have a club for every scenario. A driver for the long holes, wedges to get over the hazards, and a putter when you need a touch of finesse. And you'll need plenty of these too. What about your retirement? Will you have enough to play the back nine? Find out today. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review with Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Call 239-747-1080.
Welcome to another segment of Team Talk. I'm Mary Thompson in studio with Alfie Townsend, our founder and president. Alfie, I'm very excited about your new book. It's Making Waves in Retirement, and you address a lot of excellent topics. And one of the things that is a growing concern for all of us is just the rising cost of long-term care. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, I started back in 1983 in the insurance business, and long-term care was one of my specialties at that time when I first got in the business. And I did find out it was a very hard product to explain, and it was also very expensive. And people would pay these premiums for years and years and years, and then if they never used it, then all that money went to waste. If they used it, yes, some of them did use it, obviously, but a lot of time, more than not, they canceled it before they even begin to use it because the cost was just going up and up and up. And so what the insurance companies did, they did a lot of, they made some changes over the last, I would say, 5 to 10 years, where they incorporated it in some of their other products like annuities and life insurance. So the good thing about it is you can take IRA money. So if you are concerned about long-term care, you can take IRA money, this is very important, and put it in a product that will give you an income down the road, a lifetime income for you and your spouse if you're married. But if the spouse gets sick, remember, it's not his or her IRA, it's your IRA. But if your spouse gets sick, you can let them use your long-term care benefit for them. Even though it's your IRA, this is very different, and it counts towards your required minimum distribution. And so typically what happens if your income was $40,000, all of a sudden it becomes $80,000, it doubles. So this is something I think is one of the best programs that the insurance companies came up with in a long time. So you have this lifetime income, and then if your spouse needs it or you need it, that income doubles for up to 5 years usually. And how they work, how it works, Mary, is you can't do 2 out of 6 activity daily living. So that's pretty much on all the long-term care. It's 2 out of 6. You can't feed yourself, bathe yourself, transfer. There's quite a few of them, but if you can't do 2 out of the 6, then you qualify or your spouse qualifies. And the best thing about it is that it meets your required minimum distributions, and better yet, you can be not in the best health, and they don't ask any health questions as of now.
Okay.
So that's very important. So pretty much everybody qualifies for this benefit.
Mm-hmm.
There's a 2-year wait on it, but other than that, you qualify.
That's excellent. It's nice to know that there are vehicles out there that have the flexibility and give you more than just one particular objective.
And I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people think that they have tunnel vision and they only offer portfolios, or they only offer, what my job is as a certified financial planner is to understand everything, to understand insurance, long-term care, to understand investments, to understand legacy, taxes. We have to look at everything as holistically, opposed to just product selling. We don't do that. What we do here is complete comprehensive planning, and comprehensive planning entails income planning, tax planning, long-term care planning, and legacy planning. It's all encompassed in one.
That's excellent. And Alfie, I know you talk a lot about those topics in your new book.
We do.
I'm real excited about this. And if you'd like to get a copy of Alfie's book, go to our website, savingtheinvestor.com, and we'll send that right out to you. Stay tuned for another segment of Saving the Investor.
Ready to live your retirement dreams? Then it's time to meet Alfie, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review now. Give Alfie a call, 239-747-1080. You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
When you're nearing retirement, it's important that your plan includes the proper steps to make an efficient and effective transition. There's a lot to consider. Will your income plan meet your lifestyle? How should you reallocate your assets? Is your withdrawal plan tax efficient? Practice does make perfect, but you only retire once. So how do you know you're making the right decisions and avoiding costly mistakes? Well, it's simple. Call Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional. Alfie has more than 30 years of experience helping people just like you transition into retirement. So be one of the first 5 callers and get your complimentary retirement transition review. Call 239-747-1080. There is no cost and no strings attached. So call now, 239-747-1080. Your retirement transition review includes key deadline schedules, asset reallocation guidance, income plan analysis, and tax-efficient withdrawal strategies. Again, be one of the first 5 callers now, and this review is yours at no cost. Call 239-747-1080. You only retire once, so let's get this right. Call Alfie now.
Inflation. My goodness, who would think inflation would be running as rapid as it is? Now, if you recall, over the last really 20 years, we haven't really dealt with inflation. Inflation was, we talked about inflation, but in essence, it wasn't moving up. Matter of fact, I tell people, I bought a TV like 10 years ago, and the same TV I bought last year was, instead of $2,400, it was $350 for the same TV. So, with Amazon and Costco, inflation really wasn't affected. Now they're even getting affected by inflation. Everything is costing more. Your gas is costing more. Electric bills are costing more. Your cars are costing more. Food is costing more. Everything is costing more. Now, how do you fight that? Well, one of the things you don't want to do is leave money in the bank. And if you're leaving money in the bank, that means that your dollar value is going down faster than any other means, because you're leaving it in the bank. It's not doing anything for you. So how do you fight inflation? And if we did so much research on this, and again, gold is not a great way to fight inflation. It's just not. You have one of the best ways is really owning equities. That's stock. Now, you want to not own just any stock. We have a new portfolio that was put together by one of the top fund managers that we partner with, and it's not available to everybody. But this one, I think, is the most exciting portfolio that they put together in a long time, because this deals with inflation and it deals with rising interest rates. So these are companies. It's about 20 companies. This is called an SMA account. It's just a separate managed account, meaning your individual stocks that build a portfolio. This isn't mutual funds. Mutual funds are very high in expenses. This is a separate managed account by a top fund manager. Then what they're doing is they're building it with companies, about 20 of them, that they feel is going to do good in rising interest rates and higher inflation. So that's what you want to do to fight inflation. That's one of the things you want to do. The other thing is just make sure that your portfolio is in line with companies like this that will fight inflation. Now remember, the higher inflation goes and interest rates start to go up, the companies that don't do good are these growth companies during high inflation. So we want to look at your portfolio. We call that the retirement simulator process. It looks at everything and sees what your asset classes are to see if you're in the best position to fight inflation. So if you'd like to see how your current plan would withstand inflation, give us a call and we'll put that in the retirement simulator.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters. Ready to live your retirement dreams? Then it's time to meet Alfie, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review now. Give Alfie a call, 239-747-1080.
Retirement gives you long-awaited opportunities. You finally gain control over how you spend your time. But you also need control of your investments, of your hard-earned money. There are a lot of moving parts, and just saving over the years is the first part. What about generating income, your Social Security, minimizing taxes, or managing risk? If you save for retirement, call us at 239-747-1080. Retirement can last more than 20 years, yet many people don't have enough money saved to get through 1 decade, let alone 2. Call us at 239-747-1080. Let us show you how to make your nest egg go the distance. That's 239-747-1080.
Mondo Uomo offers a remarkable selection of the latest styles in menswear. Visit Mondo Uomo at the Village on Venetian Bay in Naples, Alberto, Bugatti, St. Croix, Zanella. Come see what remarkable shopping is all about.
Remember the Wall Street bailouts? Those same big banks and financial firms have been fined billions for misleading customers. And now they want to manage your retirement savings. Why would you trust them? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional. My values are Main Street, not Wall Street. As an independent advisor, I don't work for shareholders, I work for you. If you want a fresh start with a local advisor, give me a call today.
Mondo Uomo specializes in remarkable clothing for the remarkable man, like our exclusive selection of Bugatti and St. Croix shirts and sweaters. Visit our store in Naples at the Village on Venetian Bay or online at mondouomo.com.
We all have a picture of our perfect retirement, but how do we get there? At Advantage Retirement Group, helping you get there is our business. We're passionate about getting to know you, learning your hopes and dreams. Why? So we can work with you to achieve them. How? By maximizing the money you've saved, minimizing the dollars you pay in taxes and the risk you are exposed to, and creating a retirement income plan that ensures your savings lasts a lifetime. We're thankful to work with so many wonderful people, and we'd love to work with you too. Call Advantage Retirement Group today for your no-cost, no-obligation evaluation, 239-747-1080. Your retirement is too important to put off. Call now, 239-747-1080.